became an adult was that in our galaxy, tyranny showed up very unexpectedly. And them and other races that are part of the Andromedan Council have come back in time to this moment on our planet and the other star systems that are having problem with the pirates to this time period. This shift in consciousness here is what flips it either way. They're going to intervene, and they have been intervening in very, very subtle ways, because no one wants to live in tyranny, not now or in the future. No one does. So this is our moment. This is our moment as a humanity, as a race, to really decide, are we or are we not going to unite as one? Are we or are we not going to watch each other's back? Are we or are we not going to stop taking crap from bureaucracy? We have to make a decision, and that decision is upon you. And you're going to be forced very, very soon to make a decision. And I'm not just talking to you folks here in the audience. I know that this is being streamed, and I know that these DVDs and things have a life of their own. I know that better than anybody. Okay? The time is now, and all it does is it starts with you, just to make a decision. Okay? To do something, to be radical, to be a rebel again. Most of us guys in this audience, we know what that's like. Being a rebel, we grew up shooting guns, chewing toast into the shape of a pistol, okay? Rescuing the damsel, excited about the next adventure. We know about that. You know, that's part of who we are. We are not domesticated lapdogs. We're just not. And I'm not going to be. And I'm not talking about going out and causing crimes. I'm talking about defending yourself, your liberties, your rights, your family, and your community. Okay, because nobody else is going to do it for you. In fact, they're all working against us. And even they don't realize what they're doing. They really don't, because so much information is compartmentalized. They don't realize the big picture. But many people are waking up very, very quickly, and I know I'm preaching to the choir in that. But it's amazing to see how many people are waking up and questioning everything. Okay? This is our moment. The next several years is our moment, and it really needs to begin now. 2012 is not the end of the world. Isn't going to happen. It's not our destiny. Okay? However, the Earth will be going through some transitions because we will be crossing the galactic plane. And the galactic plane has an intense magnetic gravitational field. There will be changes. It's inevitable. Mr. Green touched on some of that yesterday. Okay, and others have talked about this as well. Okay, it's going to happen. So you need to start thinking about, where do I really want to be? Okay, if it's here, fine. Make the best of it. But create your space of independence. Don't take it for granted any longer. We can't. The whole world is looking at us. The Asians, the Europeans, they can't believe how stupid we are. Gospel, they can't believe how stupid we are. They're like, what's wrong with the Americans? You know? I don't have an answer, do you? We watch TV. What I'd like to do, because I did have some extra time, is I would really love to entertain some questions. If that's all right. Easy ones.
Okay. Thank you, Alex. This is excellent. And I want to address the mentoring suggestion because I think it's actually fascinating. I think that this is coming directly from the Andromedans
Yes, it is.
that you're getting that you've been in contact with. And mentoring is an interesting way of putting it, okay? If you mentor somebody, you do not rule them. You do not tell them what to do, okay? That's key. And nobody has even suggested this. I think it's fascinating. So what we have here is the notion that you can be in contact with beings that can help teach you. Now, this is going on. This is going on. I'm aware of it. Camelot is aware of it. By God, we wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for that. There is mentoring going on, but you do have to ask for that to happen, and you have to be as fully conscious in the process and as responsible and have that ability. You cannot sit there and ask them to do for you. It's not what it's about. And so I would love it if you would talk about, because you obviously have been mentored. So who better to teach us what does that look like? How is the interaction with you? Just describe, and I know that you have maybe talked to some degree, but in your interactions, if you could discuss some of the ways they have mentored you to this point.
Okay. Know that my mentoring has gone on with times that I have literally been kicking and screaming. The biggest portion of the mentoring has really been, why do I believe things? And what is it that I believe? So a lot of times the question will come, I will ask a question or I will have a perspective, and they will immediately come back and say, well, why do you believe that? You know, what is your process of believing that that's true? And, for example, religions. It was one of the biggest things I had when I was a kid. And it was an issue that my father brought up to me as well when I told him about this. We have formed perceptions of reality that are not based in reality. They're only based on perception. Now, in accepting that perception as reality, what we do is we reinforce that illusion. And that's what we have done on Earth, is we have reinforced the illusion about who we are. About our strengths, about our power, about how we're supposed to live on the earth, about being stuck on the earth, about how we are supposed to raise our children. We have bought into these perceptions. The hardest things were to really look at myself. And this is really where the work is, and it's always with yourself. The most difficult work has probably been for me in the last 5, 6, 7 years. Questions like, well, who am I? They don't answer it. They don't say, well, you're this and this and this. But what they do is they have guided me to what it is who it is that I want to be. The first was understanding that you are not just a physicality. That's the first thing.